Hey guys, good morning. Coach Jen T here, coming at you with a video on some portion control tips. This is important not only for the holiday season, but as we move into the new year, it's just some good practice. Some of the clients that I have that have the best progress, you ask them, what they did, and it's simply reducing portions by just a little bit. Every time you eat just a little bit less of a portion or smaller portions, it can really add up to huge calorie cuts and results over the course of the entire year and months to come. And it's also just a great habit to practice as you move about your healthy journey. So I've got some tips that seem to work really well. Some of them might seem a little non-traditional, or some of them might seem a little strange, but they actually can work if you practice them. What I suggest is take this list of like 9 tips and just pick one to practice. This goes for it doesn't matter what you're eating, whether you're eating a big salad or you're having a big piece of cake. It doesn't matter. Just practicing portion control, listening to your body. It's just going to help you take the time, slow down, and overall just eat less without worrying about everything getting bogged down in numbers all the time. So number 1 is to use smaller utensils and plates. So like if you're eating something and you have a big giant spoon or a big giant fork, you're gonna end up taking bigger bites of things. So having smaller utensils and smaller plates. The typical average dinner plate is huge, right? So taking like the medium-sized plate or the smaller bowl and making yourself just smaller portions, and you can almost trick your brain into thinking you're still eating as high volume as you would be if you had a bigger plate. So that's something to practice. Get those smaller plates in stock and practice that now and into the new year. Number 2 is to pre-portion snack servings. So a lot of foods that we get that are especially snacky foods, chips, popcorn, nuts, those kind of things, those all come in big bags. So one great way to practice portion control is to pre-portion out those servings. Get yourself some little snack bags or little Tupperware things with covers, and just kind of pre-portion out a serving. Sometimes, for example, nuts, very common one. Getting out a food scale and measuring out like a half ounce to an ounce of nuts will just help you make sure that you're kind of being a little more calorie controlled with those things that are super easy to overeat if you're not paying attention. Number 3 is to adopt the half plate veggie rule. So anytime you're eating, opt for eating having half the plate of veggies on your plate first, eating those first, and then enjoying everything else. And of course, making sure that you're getting the protein. But having half of your plate with veggies is sure to make sure that you get all of your vitamins and minerals and nutrients from those fiber-rich foods, therefore leaving you craving less of the other things. What number am I on? I have a little list here that I've written down. So number 4 is a big one. Like, instead of keeping serving dishes at your dinner table while you're eating, make a little tiny barrier by keeping the serving dishes like in the kitchen. So if you do want seconds, it just gives you a little bit of time to think about if you're truly hungry and up for seconds. So you have to go to the kitchen to get your seconds rather than having the serving dishes right on the table. Number 5, this is a pro move, especially if you're dining out, is to save half of your meal for leftovers. I have a lot of people that say, I've been trained growing up, just like that's how I was raised. You finish everything on your plate. Well, refrigerators are great. It's a new invention. It's amazing. You can refrigerate half of your leftovers and save them for another meal. So it's actually a great money saver. So save those leftovers, eat half of your meal, and you, especially when eating out, can save a lot of calories there. All of those times you eat half of your plate of dining out food can really add up over the course of the year. Number 5 is to drink a whole glass of water before your meals. So that way your body is full from water. You're not going to not know that it's going to fill your tummy up. Your brain can't differentiate between hunger and thirst. So when you think you're hungry and you start scruffing down food, you might actually be thirsty. So drinking that water will help you really listen to your hunger cues and also just fill your tummy up with hydration and water before you eat. Number 6 is to use the visual hand as a portion control guide, especially if you do have a bigger plate and you don't have as much control. So a fist size would be a vegetable. A cupped hand size would be a healthy carbohydrate like fruit, sweet potato, rice, anything like that. A palm would be a protein. And that could be anything, eggs, meat, fish, seafood, tofu, whatever it is as a protein. And then using your thumb as a source of fat. So for example, extra virgin olive oil, nuts, avocado, that kind of thing, just having your portions controlled there. So that's just an easy, using your hands as your visual portion control guide. Number 7, really strange, I'm a lefty, in case you didn't know, but eating with your non-dominant hand can slow you down. It takes a little more focus on eating, and instead of like using your dominant hand and really just shoveling food in, taking your non-dominant hand, most of you are probably right-handed, just use your left hand to eat. In my case, it would be my right hand. It can slow you down a little bit and make you think a little bit. It helps you like stretch out your meal time. And number 8 is to set your utensil down between bites. This is a big one. Just like you don't need to hold your utensil the whole time you're having a meal, set it down, engage in conversation, and that will really slow down the time you take. If you haven't noticed here, we're slowing down eating. Slowing down eating helps your brain catch up to your body feeling full so that you overall do eat less and have less portion control, cutting calories. And last but not least, so important, is out of sight, out of mind. So ask yourself what's in your cupboards, what's in your fridge, what's front and center on your counters. Especially right now, this time of year, sweets are abundant. So having things either not in your house or having things on either a higher shelf or behind other things, have like the easy to reach, grab and go things in the front that are healthier options, and make it a little bit harder for you to like get access to the things that aren't providing your body with as much nutrition, which would be things like processed packaged foods, extra sugar loaded things. So environment truly is everything. So setting your kitchen up for success, and then, keep the sweet treats and things more like, again, they're treats, right? So making sure that you have to in the summer especially, I always talk about this, like go to the ice cream shop, right? Versus having ice cream in the freezer. Also having, like if you're gonna make a huge batch of desserts, not having them either front and center on the kitchen counter, or just saving a couple for yourself and then sharing the love and gifting those things, those treats, and sharing and giving away. That is it. I hope these portion control tips help you guys, especially as we head into the new year. You don't need to overhaul your diet. Meet yourself where you're at. If you're looking to trim up, lean out, maybe you have like a special super awesome vacation coming up that's tropical where you might surprise be in a bathing suit or something like that. Just these portion control tips are something anyone can do no matter where you're at. And it can really make a big difference when you practice 1 or 2 of these consistently over the course of the months. Have a great day.